Lee, nice game. Career highs and pretty much everything tonight. Can you just talk about what you did in the off season? You look like you're leaner, stronger, and you certainly look more confident.
Yeah, I kind of like work on my body mostly like this whole season. I kind of dropped a little weight because like I feel like I wanted to get in better shape from last year. So like kind of dropped my weight a little bit, and so now we can see the result.
Yeah, and how much does this boost your confidence to have a game like this in the season opener?
We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. So we're just gonna like keep going to the right direction.
Did you have fun tonight?
Yeah, hella fun.
Thank you. John, great shooting game. What is it like to play in Hospital Pavilion? How do the sightlines look for you there? You were one of the bright spots on three-point shooting for the team. Just talk about playing out there for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I felt super comfortable. It was just a lot of fun playing out there with my teammates. I feel like all my teammates have confidence in me. Coach has confidence in me. So it was a great first night, and it was I was ready. I think we were all ready to kick things off and stop beating each other up in practice and go against someone else. So it was a lot of fun.
Coach Madsen's kind of talked about passing as something that he wants you guys to really do well this season. You guys had 20 assists on opening night. What's that like, and what was his message about that after?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think there were several moments in that game where guys passed up shots. I remember Justin passed up one in the first half. I think Chris passed up one in the first half. I passed up one in the first half. So it's fun being on a team like that where you have to actually tell guys, hey, shoot the ball. Like, we want you shooting that shot. We have confidence in you shooting it. And you're not telling guys, hey, that's a terrible shot. So I just think it's a lot of fun playing with guys who are moving the ball and get everyone involved. So I'm enjoying it so far.
Lee, John, could either of you guys talk about the defensive improvements you guys were focusing on before tonight's game? How that can change?
I was here last year, so we kind of makes a little change in our defensive side. So like I feel like we used to drop last year a lot more, so now we kind of like push on the side a little bit more now. So like I feel like our defense is pretty good now. So yeah.
Good team win tonight. I want to start out just by thanking the fans, the student section, all the community members that were out here tonight. I mean, guys, the environment is outstanding. And I can't thank the fans enough, our administration, Jenny Simon O'Neill, Jay Larson. We are in the process of building this program into a national championship contender. And there's a lot of steps that are being taken, and we're going to get there. Tonight was a good win against a scrappy and tough Bakersfield team. Very scrappy, very tough, very talented. And so you got to give them credit. They had us on the ropes at times. Proud of our guys. We had some good individual performances. We had a good team performance. Open to questions.
Mark, a lot of guys played pretty well for you tonight, but can you talk about Lee Dort and the improvement he's made from a year ago?
There's probably not a player I could be more proud of than Lee Dort. He had opportunities to start last year. I think he started a game at SMU, but he was playing behind a pro in Madi Sissoko. And Lee, every time he was called upon, did great. Now, over the summer, Lee Dort changed his body. He changed his nutrition. He got in the gym, even more than he had been doing. He has an unbelievable work ethic. 4 assists and 1 turnover. That shows how unselfish he is. Lee really impacted the game in a huge way, and that was great to see.
Coach, talk about the defensive intensity out there tonight. Lee Dort mentioned how there's a change in, for instance, switch coverage instead of drop backs, a little more pressure on the ball. What did you see, and what did you tweak coming into the season?
Yeah, I mean, we have certain coverages that we use. We have the drop. That's a big part of what we do. We have a more aggressive coverage. We'll do that a little bit, sprinkle it in. We have a switching coverage. And so the goal is keep the other team off balance as much as we can. Some games it might be a drop. Some games it might be, a zone. But we've really dedicated a lot of time to improve defensively. We were, I think, 14th or 15th in the ACC last year defensively. That's not good enough. So we're really striving and working to improve that.
Last year, the most assists you guys had in the game was 18. Tonight, you guys already have 20. Can you talk about the improvement with passing and just what you saw tonight?
Yeah, we talked about that in the locker room. DJ Campbell, we had a conversation last season after an 8-assist game. And I said, guys, we need to have some 20-assist games. This is a conversation we had last year. In that conversation, DJ Campbell raised his hand and said, guys, we should have a bunch of 20-assist games. And so it was great to see in the first game where we didn't even shoot it well from 3, we had 20 assists. That won't happen every night, but you can see the unselfishness. You can see the desire of people to want to make each other better.
Yeah, Coach, what were some of the big defensive points that you were trying to touch on beginning the season, and do you feel like you met those goals tonight?
You know, I need to look at the analytics. I want to look at the analytics. I thought our transition defense was not good. I thought we made some mental mistakes. We had some turnovers that were careless that led to points for Bakersfield. And so there's a lot of things to tighten up. We'll kind of break down the film tonight, but there was improvement. You know, and I'm hopeful that this is below a 1 PPP. Again, I haven't looked at the analytics yet, but I'm hopeful.
Coach, it looked like a good chunk of the offense tonight was coming from both Dede Ames and then Justin Pippen, either creating for themselves or creating for others. And you've had a lot of good perimeter guys come through here in the past couple of years. Just kind of, what are you expecting from them as the season goes on, kind of controlling that from the perimeter?
Let's start with Justin Pippen. You know, Justin started at Michigan. Kind of the opportunity there didn't maybe materialize, and so he came back out west to us. Justin has been outstanding in practices. Justin was outstanding tonight. Justin's an all-around player. I mean, he shoots the 3, he draws fouls, he finishes at the rim. And then he is somebody, he can roll out of bed in the morning doing nothing and make his teammates better. And he has a lot of gifts. You know, Dede brings that Chicago toughness, kind of that Chicago swagger. And Dede is just somebody that he takes a lot of pride in making people around him better. And we saw that tonight.